So the word on the spiritual streets is that you're going to be doing some alchemy this month, Libra. Necessity is the mother of invention. Nobody wants to be handed a big pile of lead, or alternatively, a big pile of bullshit, but it does give them the opportunity to become an expert in making that into fertilizer, turning that lead into gold, proverbially speaking, making something that is uncorruptible. And that's you. Spirit was showing me a really interesting example of this, which was they were showing me like scientists have genetically engineered this algae that eats plastic. So to benefit the environment, to help fight pollution, these things have been created. Necessity is the mother of invention. That is some alchemy that never would have been needed if there weren't this huge crisis of too much plastic in the ocean. So what is it in your environment that is calling on you to learn how to alchemize it? How can you become the alchemist? I wonder if any of you are reading it. That would be an interesting synchronicity. If you happen to be somebody who's been reading it or thinking about reading it, this would be Spirit tapping on your shoulder yet again, finding another avenue to you. Hi, Libra. I'm excited to read for you. Keep that message in your back pocket, and let's get into some cards. Spirit, we want to know the story of Libra in the month of February. We want to know what kind of character they're showing up as. What sort of protagonist, Spirit? Queen, king, page, knight, earth, air, fire, water. What is their specialty this month? What characteristics do you want to highlight for Libra? Libra sun, moon, and rising. Spirit, we want to see where they stand. Where they stand and what you see coming toward them. Want to know anything pertinent about where they've been, the recent past, as it pertains to the present and the unfolding future. Spirit, we want to know anything that you have been waiting to share with the Librans tuning into this video for their highest good. Always to help Libra toward a life that is easeful, peaceful, aligned, abundant, joyful, and fulfilling. Spirit, you've been watching over Libra, helping them on their journey. What do you want to share with them now? What guidance do you want to offer them in navigating what is showing up in February? Show us the key. Show us a potential outcome, Spirit, so that we can be more aware, better equipped to alchemize. Libra, Libra sun, Libra moon, Libra rising, Libra and 7th house, dominant people. For their highest good, Spirit, please show us the trajectory of things to come. Libra. Okay, I need one more. Let's see. I mean, Spirit said there was something that you would need to alchemize. These cards look like that to me. Spirit, can you show me one more, please? Can you give us a little more insight into the future? Huh. Okay. That is really interesting. Okay, Libra, you're showing up as the Queen of Pentacles. Algae that eats microplastics. The Queen of Pentacles knows how to grow something from nothing and even multiply it beyond a place that is fathomable, where it's like this can care for and offer generosity and love and protection to many people beyond herself. You can be a queen and be of any gender. The queen is about the fact that she is concerned with her creative process and also her close community, as opposed to, say, a king who wants like their name on the marquee or on the building or whatever. I feel like, I mean, Spirit said alchemize. There is something, I'm going to use the word unhealthy. There is an unhealthy habit or interaction or dynamic in your life, Libra, And I think you are very aware of it. And I don't think this is anything to be, this is nothing to be scared of. Let me say it like that. That's actually the opposite of what you want to do with this energy. I understand that there is some anxiety here. The Nine of Swords is sitting in the climate, the energy around you. A lot of thoughts, a lot of fears, a lot of thinking, probably quite circular thoughts, maybe some sleepless nights or some, oh, I'm hearing for some of you there's guilt. So for some of you, it's kind of keeping you up at night that you feel like you did the wrong thing or you haven't done the thing that you need to be doing. I feel like there's a little bit of a holding back. Maybe some of you feel like you have to be strong, or some of you know that you are being withholding. I know these are strong words, and I love my Libra people. But I'm always going to tell the truth because that's what I'm charged with here, right? So let's talk. Five of Swords. You have three Swords cards here. Five of Swords sitting in the recent past. I feel like there was an interaction, very it kind of feels like interacting with a kid in a sandbox who is like, "Meh," like that kind of thing, but this person is a grown adult. And your mileage may vary. Are you the kid or are you the adult? My feeling as I'm looking at this is that for most of you, the vast majority of you, you were the adult in that situation, but for a little slice of you, you may be wanting to acknowledge, like, you know what, I was being kind of bratty about this thing, or I was being a little bit meaner than I needed to be, sharper of my tongue than I needed to be, and now there's a separation or a rift. So these are general readings, Libra. I bring this up because this could be already sitting in the past for some of you. This could be something that shows up right near the beginning of the month, and this could be your yellow light to be like, hey, just so you know, you might have an interaction with somebody who brings this out in you, or is this kind of person, generally speaking, and here's your moment to prepare yourself to step into that interaction in exactly the way you want to, in a really conscious way, rather than get it sprung upon you and you just kind of react as opposed to responding. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, for some of you, if you have already reacted instead of responding, I feel like there is more than ample opportunity to make things right, whether you need to make it right with another person, or maybe even just if you feel like you need to get right within yourself. For some of you, maybe you never want to talk to that person again, but you don't want to ever maybe interact that way again. You know what I'm saying? You have the Queen of Pentacles, who is, you know, the queen of resources and money and generosity, and sitting across from her here in the present is the Empress. These two, you know, I like to think about tarot sometimes. It's like, how would these cards get along at a party? I feel like the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress would have a lot in common. They would both be, you know, laying luxuriously on the nicest piece of furniture in the place, probably enjoying the food and chatting about it, right? Appreciating each other's outfits and sumptuous fabrics and such. You are at your best when you are enjoying yourself and able to share generously of the joy. Do you know what I'm saying? You have a lot to give and a lot to offer. And how good are you at receiving? I think that's of particular importance. Maybe some of you, this is what I'm hearing, is like for some of you, this may be a pattern where you end up feeling like you're getting the short end of the stick, or feeling like other people get more out of it than you do, or some version of that. And I welcome you to begin to ask for what you want and tune yourself to being able to receive what you want without apologizing for it, or pushing, you know, gently half of it away because you want to be polite or whatever. More joy, more sensuality, more leaning deeply into what you have that makes you uniquely beautiful, artistic, creative, abundant, etc. I feel like some of you get stuck in a role a provider role. That's something else that they're showing me about the Empress. Like, yes, I'm so great at nurturing that I attract people who want to suck on the teat. You know what I'm saying? And I do know what you're saying. And I feel like that is something that wants to be addressed. Sitting in the future is our old friend, the devil. Nobody to be afraid of. Once again, not the right approach. We want to do the opposite. We want to look squarely at the issue and destigmatize it and take away all the scary shadows. You know how if you're sitting around a campfire, everybody looks a little spooky. You know, we turn on the flashlight lit from underneath the jaw so that all the shadows become more prominent, and suddenly somebody that looks perfectly friendly can suddenly look very sinister. This is something that the devil and the Nine of Swords have in common. When it's in the shadows, it looks really scary, but if we were to bring it out into the light, much like the behavior of the Five of Swords, you know, it can look really mean and malicious and callous and cruel, and it may be, right? And if we look at grown humans who act like little baby humans sitting in the sandbox going, nah, it ain't good. You know what I mean? The origin story there, like, it's not a great one. And if we can begin to sort of destigmatize that as well and stop casting people as, oh, you are this and you are that, and people who are like this or like that, and that's it, I think you open yourself up to Ten of Cups. A lot more joy, a lot more love. The Empress and the Queen of Pentacles both want more of everything. More joy, more love, more community, more sharing. And to do that, you may have to give up an old way of relating to people. That's what I feel. The Eight of Cups is showing up in the position representing the guidance for you this month. Leaving behind situations, relationships. Remember, especially with the devil here, that anything that is kind of dead end and toxic. So a friendship can be like dead end, like we're not going anywhere. And that's, unfortunately, that's what I'm hearing just for some of you. These are general readings, of course, Libra. So if something doesn't resonate, that means don't worry about it. If something brings up more questions than answers, you can assume that that is for some other Libra, right? But for some of you, it's kind of like this friendship has run its course. We've come as far together as we can, and it's okay for me to walk away from anything that is not just not helping me grow, but might even be keeping me smaller or more stagnant or more insecure. Okay? So, for any of you for whom that resonates, I hear that the opposite is available. You can give up, and it's a scary thing, right? The Eight of Cups is a card about operating with faith, as all the eights are. You are giving up something that you've poured a lot into for who knows, you know, this character on the Eight of Cups, they're walking away into the dark night, into the unknown with their walking stick. So they're planning a long trip. They don't know how far they might be going or what they might find, but they know that what is back there is not it. So is it a job? Is it a relationship? Is it a way of being for yourself, Libra? Whatever it is, across Libras out there, there is something where it's like, this is not it. And this is keeping me small. And there's more out there for me, and I just know it. I just know it. And it is. There is. If you are brave enough to get out from under the devil's sway, the Ten of Cups is in it for you. Okay? Sitting in the position representing possible outcomes. Ace of Pentacles. A whole new avenue of abundance is the phrase that Spirit is using. A whole new avenue of abundance. Like alchemy, right? Like a brilliant idea, a brilliant solution, a brilliant beginning, a brilliant new, it's like income, job, opportunity, brilliant idea, golden opportunity. And perhaps it comes from having had this really tough time in your life or this really tough interaction with somebody. And it's like, oh, and now I can help other people navigate that thing. Or, and now I can finally start that thing that I wanted to start, but I felt shame because this one particular person in my life was kind of hemming me in. You know what I'm saying? This is just what I'm hearing. Sitting in the key position, Eight of Swords, insecurity, placing in front of yourself all the reasons why you need to stay in an uncomfortable place where you can't really use all of your senses. You can't really believe yourself. You can't really trust yourself. The devil is a lie. Do not let insecurity get to you and hold you in place, Libra. What is ahead of you looks much more beautiful, much richer, and you already have all of it within you. You are the alchemist. You have the gold inside of you. It's just finding it, realizing it. What do you think? You ready to go for it? I think we should go for it. Let me know. Comments, questions, affirmations, declarations. Thanks for being here, Libra. I really hope this is helpful for you, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Till then, bye.